Okay, take 2 of the Mad Tranny Rant. Dear, I've just made a video, but I'm covered in soot from the bloody pachka, which is fire. And for anyone that doesn't know, I've moved to Bulgaria. And with the hopes of one day getting off grid and becoming more self-sufficient and less connected to the global madness that is happening, running away like a scared little chicken to survive and grow my feed. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm still on grid, obviously. But one day I will manage to get some solar panels and get off grid. So I'm not contributing to the nuclear dump site through my usage of power. Bloody nuclear waste, I mean madness. Madness, man's limited foresight to be able to see his immediate needs only. Something to do with spheres between his legs, I'm sure of it. Because craziness, crazy to be filling up the bloody planet with nuclear fucking waste. How much do you really care about your children? I mean, enough not to have them. Dear, I read somewhere years ago that having children is one of the most selfish things you could possibly do in this life. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Thank God I haven't got any. It doesn't make me a saint, it just means I was incapable. But with all of this craziness, I mean, these poor children. And these rants, by the way, are mad. So, you know, think of it as entertainment if you have to watch it. Otherwise, turn it off now, because it gets madder. It gets madder. And I don't think in a linear form. I think in concepts and laterally. So, I'm all over the place trying to build a picture for people to see. And by the end of the rants, usually people can see how things are connected. Dear. Mad Tranny. Mad Tranny on me. Fuck's sake. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Men's spheres between their legs, making them, giving them a lack of foresight and consideration for other living creatures on the planet. I mean, when the goddess mutated herself, she was thinking of someone to get the wood in. Not to have these things running around dominating the planet and destroying everything. Okay, Olivia, get off the sexist war and into what you were going to talk about, which was I was watching a video on astral projection. All ties in. Astral projection. Years ago, I used to work really hard at astral projection. Successfully. Until I had a really bad experience. And I ended up on a lower plane of reality. Where matter is even more dense than what it is here. And I remember when I came back into my body, because my body was on the bed, full life, right in front of me, after I managed to get up high enough to see it, because I was like 10 times heavier. I couldn't, the air was thick, everything was dense. It was the most uncomfortable feeling. And only if you've ever successfully left your body will you understand what I'm talking about. Otherwise you can just write me up as a nutter. I really don't care what you think. If you can enjoy it, that would be good. That would make me happy. If you can't enjoy it, then please don't write to me telling me I'm crazy. Thank you. So the astral projection, and yeah, it was interesting because this guy's talking about his experience using the dream method, which it says there's a point when you're going into, like for lucid dreamings, where you hold on to your awareness as you're falling asleep. There's also a point that you can leave your body and stay in this framework of reality. So you walk around the house and things are in the same place. Unlike a dream, it's not mutable. Solid. The table stays there. The door stays there. And as an exercise, anyone wanted to do that, hold onto your awareness as you're falling asleep. And when you can write like little signs around your house that you can walk around and check numbers, symbols, whatever, and if you can tell if there's any mutations, that's a good way of doing it, is writing symbols in certain key places that you can check. You can check to see if this reality is the same framework, not mutable. It's the same solid framework as this earth plane reality. If that makes sense. Very interesting, because it opens the door into all the metaphysical workings of this reality. Talking of nuclear waste and power, I see that in Florida they've made it illegal, in some parts anyway, for people to go off grid. How much concern do the governments really have for their environment? When will people wake up to knowing that it's because of control? It's all it is. Always. It goes to those spheres again between the legs. Control. Men don't want to work with nature. They want to dominate it. They want to dominate women. They want to dominate everything. I haven't had problems trying to dominate myself. I don't try to dominate anything else. Domination. These governments using to go off grid, surely they would be encouraging people to go off grid. The same with the food. They're stopping people from growing their food. I'm talking to people who aren't awake yet to what's really going on and what's coming, because to stop people growing their food, it stops them surviving. It gives them control. They can cut people off the power. They can cut people off the water supplies. They can cut people off. If they start to complain, once they start bringing in whatever they're going to bring in. But it doesn't look good if they're going to these measures to counteract it. Counteract a rebellion. Scary shit, really. For a young girl like myself at 50, who's been around and around and around. I met a few politicians as well in my lifetime, and a few other important people, so-called important. They like to think they were important, and listened to them talk and had them telling me their wonderful ideas and how they view reality and how they view human beings and animals. And Olivia just sits quietly and soaked it all up for years, observing people. Do you know? And that's why I'm running like a scared rabbit, maybe. Listening to too many people telling me their truths. Run to Bulgaria and hidden in my little house. Petrified, because the more I listened to people, the more frightened I became. Because they're fucking frightening, especially the more power people have, the more frightening they are. Scary. Scary. God. Not everybody, but I'm just, you know, there are some very frightening people on this planet. Really. Dear, I was saying too much to be too naive about it. And yeah. So anyway, so what was going on about? I'm going on these. I told you these rants are nuts. So yes, they don't give a fuck about the environment. Get fuck off. I will go off grid if I want to. And Agenda 21, of course, is trying to implement all of these changes slowly through all of these nations, through the UN, etc., and globally, to slowly get everyone metered for their water, metered for their metered, control, because these supercomputers give easier and easier methods of control. How bloody frightening. I don't want to be fucking controlled, thank you very much. I don't. It's none of your business how much water I drink or don't drink. For anyone's information, I'm really conservative. The neighbours laughed because they paid my water bill for me. They said, you know, Olivia, don't you wash? But I'm very conservative with water. I don't want to waste it. But it's not because I'm forced to. It's because I've thought about it. And I realise that resources are finite. On this plane of reality, and given the metaphysical relation to people's beliefs at this moment of time, this gives us finite resources. So yeah, I don't want to waste water, but I don't need a meter stuck on me. I don't. I mean, fucking governance and governing scares the hell out of me. Scares you spat out your mother and you're stuck here being told what to do for the rest of your life, even when you die. Crazy. Go to hell. All of you, if you dare to try and tell me what to do. I don't want to be told what to do. I don't need to be told what to do. Thank you very much. I seem to have had men, since the minute I was spat out, telling me what I should do. They drive me crazy. And it's like the maleficent factor comes up on me when they dare to. Dear, don't you dare tell me what to do. Anyway, so yeah, Ron Hubbard comes into mind now. You see, it all ties in. Wait, Ron Hubbard. Do you know, I've been researching Ron Hubbard and his philosophies. And some of it, I think, was from good intention. He was a total nut, eccentric. But you gotta love him, very creative and arrogant male. I'm picking up these two bloody balls again. Ugh. Male, I don't really hate men. Well, I do. It's a lie, I do. I don't hate them, I just hate their behaviour sometimes. And I've lived on both sides of the fence, honey, so you can't fool me with, like, riding to me and waffling on. Yeah, I've sat around the men as they've talked, laughing and covering up for each other as they've fucked around on their partners and carry on. Yeah, thinking, oh, I'm going to be impressed with them as a boy. And I was totally shocked and disgusted. So even if I wasn't born transgender, I would have been transgender anyway. Because I wouldn't have wanted to be one, to be honest with you. Deceitful and controlling. Scary. Oh, this is a really nasty rant, Olivia. Bitter. Bitter. Like Maleficent. Anyway, Aleister Crowley. I can't find out the link between... Now the name's gone completely out of my head. Jack Parsons, Aleister Crowley, and Scientology. What's his bloody name? I've just said it. Anyway, I can't find out if he actually did meet Aleister Crowley or he didn't. So much evidence saying that he did, so much evidence saying that he never knew him. But he did. There is evidence saying that he, and paperwork saying that he did meet Jack Parsons, which of course started JPL, Jack Parsons Lab, Jet Propulsion Laboratories, same person, all tied in with the OTO, Aleister Crowley and his alien I was, and of course Ron Hubbard, Scientology, also met an alien through a trance-like state, so he says. Yeah, who told him about the DC-8s bringing in Xena, not Xena, his alien devil god that's locked up in a volcano in an electronic cage in Hawaii. Xeno or I can't remember. Names really aren't important to me. But very interesting person. And the whole church since he's died seems to have changed a lot. And I was watching him gang stalk people. A bit scary. Gang stalking people who have left the church and are protesting against them. Gang stalking. I've experienced that. Not nice. But very, very interesting man. And his alien demon, if you will. I do believe in material being, on this plane, from this plane of existence, living on other planets. But I also, obviously, believe in interdimensional beings. And I think both are influencing our reality at the moment. From researching and experience, and not just experience from Mad Olivia's point of view, experience when I've been with other people and seen UFOs and things. So I'm sure that there's both, and I've done ritual work, I've worked metaphysical workings and seen amazing results. But I also have had experiences where other things have, spiritual entities have been in a seance and things and moved things around. So I believe in, of course, all of those facets of reality. And the reality is not solid. It's no solid reality. Mad Tranny Rant, told you, it's all over the place. But some people actually watch these. Why they watch them, I have no idea. They're either brilliant or just bored. Anyway, so it goes into the metaphysical workings, and Ron Hubbard and his aliens and everything gets back to politics and what's going on Especially when you look at the occult nature of things like skull and bones and ritual sacrifice with all of this bloodshed everywhere. Shocking. Shocking and fucking frightening. The whole lot of it. No wonder I smoke cigarettes. These are terrible. These are really, it's very cheap tobacco from Bulgaria. And the cheapest one you can get here. It is very dirt cheap and tastes terrible. I'm hoping it will sort of like inspire me to give up. Not because I don't like smoking, or because I think smoking is going to kill me, but because I just can't afford to smoke. I can't, even though it's like 6 lev every couple of weeks, I still cannot afford to smoke cigarettes. And yeah, until smoking at the moment inside the house with a dog and a cat, cats and things here. That's not fair on them. Stop smoking, Olivia. God. I've been saying it for 50 bloody years. I doubt that I'll ever stop. Or 40 years. I think I've been smoking since I was about 10. No wonder I look, you know, 50 and I'm only 23. Dear God. Okay, this rant's going nowhere. I'm too tired, I think. But yes, the metaphysical workings within various government institutions. Very interesting. Jack Parsons. Also, like, head of OTO at one stage. Aleister Crowley's right-hand man at one stage. Alien contactee, or demon contactee. However you want to perceive he was. Yeah. In charge of JPL, who ended up sending up rockets and things looking for what? Yeah, aliens and other life of extraterrestrial life on other planets. The ties there and the experiences, all very interesting. And the motives coming from Aleister Crowley and it's gone again. What's his name from Scientology's meeting with these aliens to these, and it's the Scientology. And when I'm looking at the structure of our reality as it's turning out now, which is this controlled surveillance society. And the microcosm seems to happen within Scientology. That's also very interesting, the correlations between what happens in Scientology and what seems to be happening within our society as a whole, where total control. Total friggin' control. Fuck off. You're not controlling me. I'd rather be dead than to lay down my will at someone else's feet. Dear. Okay. End of rant. End of Tranny rant. I'm not really a man hater. I know you think I am. But I just hate I don't want men challenging my will. I don't want to challenge theirs until they're trying to dominate me. So I want to dear. And, you know, at 50, it is a time I would never say anything like that. But at 50, I never thought I was going to live this long anyway. I'm stealing these lines from Postcards from the Edge. I never thought I was going to live this long anyway. I don't mind getting old. I never thought I was going to live this long anyway. What I do mind is looking old. Dear Shirley MacLaine, Postcards from the Edge. Okay. Madness, 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 Olivia. I'm so skanky. I'm covered in soot from doing this fire. And I've been working in the garden all day. Things are looking good in the garden. Yep, getting prepared to grow my food for the coming Holocaust. Okay, ciao from the Mad Tranny. Mad Tranny, Rant, over and out.